Welcome everyone to the Rattler Up Network and another live broadcast of Rattler Baseball from Rattler Field. Tonight, a non-district matchup as the Salado Eagles are in town to take on your San Marcos Rattlers. Welcome in again. We are excited to have you a part of this live broadcast brought to you by the CTE Digital Communications Program. And we are going to be set to go with a non-district action. Again, San Marcos coming off a district break here. We've got a 4-game set, non-district games before we get back into the final 3 games of the season. Salado kind of doing the same thing. The Salado Eagles are 14-5-1 this season. They're 8-0 in district and lead their 22-4A district, coming off a 3-2 win over Harker Heights on Saturday. They are undefeated again in district with a 7-1 and just a 1-game lead over Lampasas at 7-1, and they are riding an 11-game win streak, and they've won 13 of their last 14. And so Salado looking to come into San Marcos and get a big non-district win to set that momentum before they get back to their district run. Of course, San Marcos overall 17-6-1. They're 6-3, good for second place in District 29 6A. Last Friday night, of course, we saw that heartbreaking 2-1 loss against Steele, looking to get back on track after that. They'll get these non-district games in and then come back for a home and away versus Canyon on the 15th and the 17th, and then the final regular season game for district at home against Buda Johnson on April 22nd. So Salado will send their starter Owen Curtis to the mound, but for the Rattlers, you see they're sending up starter number 6, Jack Vasquez, the sophomore left-hander, getting his 8th start of the season. He's 5-1 this season with a 1.86 ERA. He has struck out 64 batters. He has just been on fire. It's been great to watch him earlier this season. Back-to-back no-hitters. A lot of people talking about that. And so we're excited to see this. 2 great pitchers going up against each other tonight. It should be a great one here at Rattler Field. So we're excited to bring you more baseball. Again, this is a broadcast of the CTE Digital Communications Program. So thanks to the kids running cameras, making graphics, producing shows, putting things together, all under the watchful eye of Mr. Waklausik, who's behind the screens, making sure everything runs the way it should. And so we're excited for another evening of live Rattler baseball here on the Rattler Up Network. All right, as catcher Colton Giese goes out to make sure Jack is ready to go, we want to thank our platinum sponsors, AAL, LLC John Anderson, USG Texas, and Hill Country Sports. They are the huge reason why we're here bringing you these live broadcasts, and we are excited as the first pitch is ready to go. The Salado Eagles in town against your San Marcos Rattlers. All right, up first for Salado is their second baseman, Brody Cole. He takes that one high for a ball. Brody's batting .333 for the year. He has 2 RBIs. That one, okay, yeah, we missed that one. He actually, it was definitely high and inside. They're saying it was a hit by pitch. It was a little bit of a delay there. Apologize for that. So hit by the pitch. Cole's going to take first. And the pitcher number 6, Owen Curtis, will come to the plate. Check over to first, and Vasquez erases him right away. So he reaches on a hit by pitch, but a quick pickoff move from Vasquez, as we've seen several times this year. He's allowed a leadoff runner and been able to erase them right off the bag. And so there's 1 down for the pitcher, Owen Curtis. Here's Owen's first pitch. He grounds it over to shortstop third base side. Third baseman comes up with it over to Cole at first for the out, and there's 2 away in the inning. So 2 pitches, 2 outs. That's a great way to get us started. As the Eagles will send up their DH number 10, Trey Walters. Trey batting .302 this year with 10 RBI. Watches that one go outside for a ball. Trey, a junior for the Salado Eagles. Checks his swing, takes a pitch, ball 2. Trey Walters is his on-base percentage at .348, so he's a patient hitter. Has 3 walks on the season. Vasquez steps off to reset, facing this 2-0 count. Swing and a miss for a strike, 2-1. Again, Colton Giese, the catcher behind the plate, filling out the battery for the Eagles, for the Rattlers. Catches that outside corner to even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2. Inside will load the count full. If Walters can find a way on, the catcher B.J. Amon will be on for the Eagles. He waits patiently in the on-deck circle, but right now, here's the full count pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Eagles go down in order, 1-2-3. So we've played 1/2 inning. Salado doesn't score, and the Rattlers are up in the first. Keep it here on the Rattler Up Network. Well, welcome back to the Rattler Up Network. We head to the bottom of the first. Rattlers' chance to get on the board here, leading off with Munoz, Ramirez, and Vasquez. For the Eagles, as we mentioned, sending up their senior, number 6, Owen Curtis, making his 8th appearance of the season. He has 2 saves to go along with a 3-0 record and a 1.64 ERA. So he's been hard to score on, and the Rattlers are going to have put that to the challenge. And the first man to do that is going to be the junior. Shortstop Trace Munoz squares around a bunt to start off, pulls back, takes that one for a strike. Trace, as we mentioned last game, making his return to the lineup after a long stint out with a broken hand. It's been exciting to see him as he's getting his rhythm as we head back into the final stretch of district here as he watches that one go outside for a ball. Trace also in the welding program at San Marcos High School, as well as a member of the National Honor Society. Brings the infield in, draws it back. Tries to check his swing, but he did go. That's going to bring up 1-2 count. The 1-2. Ball's popped up in the air between the right fielder. Right fielder not able to make it. Nagley not there. Center fielder Baird trying to make a play on it. Comes around. So Braden Nagley was under the ball, not able to make the catch. It blasted past the center fielder, and Munoz makes it to second on the error. So the Rattlers get the lead runner immediately into scoring position on Owen Curtis. So like we said, has been tough to score on, so this is exactly the way you want to start off. And for the Rattlers, our center fielder, number 4, Elijah Ramirez, makes his way to the plate. Elijah batting .310 this season. The .481 on base and a .362 slugging. For the Eagles, the shortstop Only one holding him on. Second baseman back in position with the left-handed batter. Here's first pitch to Elijah. He grounds that one to short. Shortstop has trouble fielding it, not able to make the throw. He's safe at first. An unfortunate start for the Eagles. 2 errors put runners on the corners, and that brings up the Rattlers pitcher for tonight, number 6, the sophomore Jack Vasquez. Jack's leading the team in several categories. He does have a home run on the season. He's batting .510 with a .647 slugging, 26 hits and 14 RBIs, all team leads. He's got an opportunity to go ahead and bust this one open early on in the first. First pitch is in there for a strike. Elijah over at first, trying to get a healthy lead. Trying to do everything he can to avoid that potential double play. Trace over at third, looking to come in. Here's the 0-1 to Jack. Time call. Not as familiar with Salado. Don't know if it's a slower pace or if there are some sign troubles, but certainly Curtis on the mound taking his time. That could be a pace issue for sure. That ball's hit to second base. Brody Cole is on it. Bobbles it, throw to first, not in time, and the run will score. Even with the bobble, it appeared as though the run he might be able to make the play at first, but he just wasn't able to do it. So Vasquez reaches on the error, and that will put 2 runners on with a run already scored for the third baseman, Andrew Wilson. All right, unfortunate start for the Eagles here. 3 batters, 3 errors. Rattlers looking to take full advantage here. Wilson squares around to bunt, lays it down perfectly. Curtis is on it, makes the throw to first, gets the out. But the sacrifice does exactly what it's supposed to as runners advance, and the Rattlers will have 2 runners on in scoring position as Munoz makes his way to the plate. Number 11, right fielder Landon Munoz, up for the Rattlers. In our last broadcast against Steele, he was 2 for 3 with a base hit, a triple, and the only run scored of the night. This one he grounds down the left field side, foul. And following that Steele game, a couple of non-district opponents for the Rattlers. Next week, we'll have Canyon on the road and at home and away with them, and then Buda Johnson to wrap it up. Exciting finish to the season is promised here in district. Swing and a miss for a strike. That triple against Steele was Landon's 4th triple of the season. It leads the team. Triple here would knock in 2. Behind in the count, facing 0-2. Fouls out and out of play. He'll see another one. Landon, also in advanced culinary arts as a part of San Marcos High School. Many of these players in so many different programs with all the opportunities available to these Rattlers in Rattler Nation. Takes that one for a ball. Catcher Colton Geesey's on deck for the Rattlers. Looking to get a piece of this first inning, try to blow it open. Such a comfortable feeling for pitcher Jack Vasquez or any pitcher when you get those big first inning runs. Playing with the lead as early as the second inning, huge opportunity as that one goes high for a ball and evens the count. Curtis in for the signs. There's the 2-2 to Munoz. Takes that one in and fell behind 0-2, but he's worked the count full now. 2 runners in scoring position, full count. Big opportunity for the Rattlers very early in the game here. The 3-2. Misses high. Ball 4. Landon Munoz, wonderful job holding his ground. Fell behind 0-2, worked the count full, takes the base on balls, and they're going to be all loaded up for catcher number 25, Colton Giese. Colton's driven in 7 this season, has 2 triples of his own, as a matter of fact. So a huge opportunity to add to those RBI numbers as the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Takes that pitch for a strike. That went up and in, able to avoid it for a ball. 1-1. Huge opportunity here. Again, we've had some big first inning chances in several of our live broadcasts so far this season. 1-1. Swing and a miss for a strike. 1-2. First baseman Cole Wiatrick on deck for the Rattlers, looking to get in on the action here. All right, Curtis likes what he sees. Here's the 1-2. Umpire liked it, calls a strike 3 looking, and there are 2 outs with the bases loaded. And as prescribed, first baseman Cole Wiatrick up to bat. Cole batting .314 on the season, slugging .371. 3 opportunities to add to his 7 RBIs for the season if he can get 1 out into play here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. There's the first pitch to Cole. Almost gets him. He's out of the way. Ball 1. For the Eagles and their starter, Owen Curtis, this is such a big chance here. 3 errors to open the inning. Had the bases loaded with 1 out. If he can get out of this with just 1 run, he's got to consider this a success after what it became. Cole hits that one right to the shortstop, Isaiah Martinez, who makes the play, and the Rattlers leave him stranded. So, as we mentioned, as good an opportunity for Curtis as you could have had after the start that they had with 3 errors. We've played 1, and the Rattlers lead 1-0. Keep it here on the Rattler Up Network. We're back on the Rattler Up Network with Rattler Up Baseball live from Rattler Field, a production of the CTE Digital Communications Program. We've played 1 here in San Marcos, and Rattlers lead 1-0. The Salado Eagles are in town. They went 3 up, 3 down in the first. They had a advantageous bottom of the first as things go. Opened up with 3 errors, but only allowed 1 run after seeing 7 batters. So they're looking to see if they can't climb back in this one. It's the first pitch to B.J. Amon, misses for a ball. Amon, the catcher, number 18 for the Eagles. This is outside, ball 2. Amon, a 356 hitter on the season, has 11 RBIs and a 457 on-base percentage. Good person to have leading off this inning in their cleanup spot. He takes that one for a strike, 2-1. Left fielder Landon Noski on deck for the Eagles. That one was there inside corner, strike 2. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball through the side, and neither found the gap on the left side. Base hit. And the Eagles get their first hit and their first hit anyway of the ball game. Their initial hitter got hit by a pitch, went to first, and was immediately picked off, as they're going to bring in a pinch runner now to run for Amon. As we mentioned, left fielder Landon Noski coming up to the plate for the Eagles now, with a runner on and no outs here in the top of the second. That one misses for a ball. Set, and here's the 1-0. Throws back over to first, and they've got him caught. Heads down to second. We're in a pickle. Makes the tag. And just like the first inning, leadoff hitter is on, but the pickoff erases it. At some point, opposing teams are going to just stop taking big leads against Jack Vasquez. This just continues to happen. It goes 1-3-6 in your books. And now Noski's a 1-0 count with nobody on base and 1 out. Pitch misses for a ball, 2-0. For Vasquez, again, that left-handed arm, of course, always difficult for runners to face, but he's able to disguise that move. Throws a strike there to make it 2-1. And we've seen time and time again, no pressure when that leadoff batter gets on. He has that ability to get them picked off. That ball put in play over to the shortstop. Trace Munoz has it. Long throw over to first, not in time, but a great play and a great stretch from Cole Wiatrick as well. So Noski gets the infield hit. And now their right fielder, number 4, Braden Nagley, will have the opportunity to make up for an error in the first. It got things going with Noski as runner at first base. Pickoff move over, not in time. Noski certainly at least a step shy of what he might normally get after what he's seen from 2 previous Eagles runners. Not quite going to that curve cut there. Back over to first. Runner back. Nagley batting .350 for the season, .550 slugging. He's got 10 RBI. Umpire going to the mound with the ball and some words for pitcher Jack Vasquez. All right, they're settled in, and now Vasquez looking. And here's the pitch. That one's there for a strike. 0-1. Noski again keeping that lead, not quite as long as he might normally. After seeing the earlier runners, he's only a 2-step lead off the back. Vasquez checks over, gets back, still almost gets him with that shortened lead, but he's back in time. 3 tosses over to first, so we're definitely keeping the runners honest. Eagles with some speed at first base and an opportunity they've got to take advantage of here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. Ball hit down the right field line and foul. 0-2. First baseman Ethan Robledo on deck for the Eagles, looking to continue the inning. Again, Eagles got very fortunate timing in that bottom of the first. You would think a number of other runs, but the Rattlers kept 3 on the board, unfortunately, and only have that 1-0 lead, giving the Eagles something they can aim for. The ball fouled about a play, and we'll go 0-2 again. Owen Curtis, the pitcher for the Eagles, rebounded after some tough starts. Got the sacrifice fly, got the strikeout, and line shot to short to get out of it. Now the Rattlers trying to play that same defense. Runner back on the pickoff play to first. Cole Wiatrick over at first base, man in the bag for Vasquez. So far, more throws over to first than to the plate. We've got an 0-2 count on Nagley as that one fouled back to the screen with the runner going. So despite the pickoff attempts, the Eagles definitely willing to be aggressive on the base pass as Noski was taking off on that pitch, a hit and run in place, but the ball was fouled back. We'll reset 0-2. Sixth pitch of the at-bat. Time called by the batter. Again, things are changed a little bit for the Rattlers. They know Noski more than willing to run here, even with the shortened lead. Might look for a play back over at first once again, as we do. Runner back. For Nagley, a difficult at-bat to know he's setting up there, waiting for pitches, waits for the pickoff. Again, he's seen more throws to first than to himself, so it throws his timing off. That pitch is fouled off again, and we'll go 0-2 again. Big moment for the Eagles here early in the game. Again, only a 1-0 lead for the Rattlers. Early in the game, top second. The Eagles feel like they've got to take advantage when they get runners on because you're not going to get a lot of base runners against sophomore Jack Vasquez, not so far this season. All right, we switch out baseballs and we're set for another 0-2 delivery. Here's the pitch, high for a ball. Noski at first was not going on that one. Got his signs again, just a 2-step lead over at first. Throw over, not in time. Nagley has a .418 on-base percentage. So more than willing to be patient, do what it takes to get on base. What makes this such a big at-bat for the Eagles as he hits that one right at Trace Munoz. It was thrown over for the double play, but the ball was in the air, I believe. All right, throw over to second and back to first, but it is not a double play. I think it was a line drive shot. So Nagley is out at short, and there will be 2 outs now with a runner at first for Robledo. Robledo, the first baseman for the Eagles, batting .475 on the season. He has 24 RBI, which leads the team by far. So a huge at-bat here. This is the guy that you want up if you want to tie this ball game. First pitch to Robledo, misses outside for a ball. Noski continues the battle at first base here with Vasquez. throw over, not in time. Noski seems to have an idea of when Jack's headed over there at this point. But Jack will continue to do so, want to keep him honest. He's shown that he's willing to steal. He's got some speed. That ball fouled against the screen for a strike. 1-1 now to Robledo. On the one hand for the Eagles, they are getting Vasquez to throw a number of extra pitches here. There's a lot of foul balls, an 8-9 pitch at bat earlier that ended with that line out to short for Nagley. Robledo working that same kind of pace here. Runner goes, throw down, in time, but it looks like he got under the tag. Umpire says he's safe. So after all that work, Noski does get the stolen base, gets himself into scoring position. The pitch was a ball, so Robledo will face a 2-1 count. And the Eagles methodically just taking their time, slowly but surely, with an opportunity to tie the ball game at 1 here in the second. Here's the 2-1. Misses inside for a ball. 3-1 now. With Robledo's numbers, 475, 24 RBI, you got to believe probably a green light here, which may open Vasquez up to going ahead and throwing something off speed, even though it's 3-1. We'll see. Here's the pitch. That one misses low. Ball for Giese with a huge block to keep that from being more trouble. And as Robledo makes his way down to first base, the Eagles will have 2 runners on with 2 outs as their third baseman, number 2, Jace Light, comes to the plate. Jace, a senior, batting .314 with 5 RBI and a .379 on-base percentage this season. Base hit ties it up here, but there's 2 outs. And here's the pitch. That was there for a strike. 0-1. Jace Light can keep the inning going. Center fielder Cannon Baird awaits on deck for the Eagles. Misses inside. Giese able to make a great stop. Keeps the runners from advancing. And the count evens at 1-1. Pitch. Ball hit foul into the Rattler dugout. And Jace Light falls behind 1-2. Again, Eagles not likely to get a lot of opportunities here. You don't want to leave those runners stranded. The Rattlers faced that in the first, left 3 on base. Eagles have 2 on right now, but 2 outs and a 1-2 count to third baseman Jace Light. Big pitch on its way early in the ball game. Swing and a miss, got him, and the Rattlers avoid the trouble. Jace Light goes down swinging, and the Rattlers avoid trouble. So the Eagles put some runners on, but are not able to put anything through. After 1.5, the Rattlers lead 1-0. This game is a live broadcast of the CTE Digital Communications program, and as we head to break, let's take a look at everything that those students are doing in that Digital Communications program. Keep it here on the Rattler Up Network. We're back on the Rattler Up Network, live from Rattler Field as we head to the bottom of the second. Rattlers enjoying a 1-0 lead. Left fielder Juan Alonso will lead it off for the Rattlers. Rattlers able to get one across in the first, but left 3 runners on. Eagles had their chance in the second, leaving 2 on. So far, some missed opportunities. Both teams trying to take and do something different as we move along. Here in the bottom of the second, that pitch is a strike, 0-1. That one misses for a ball 1. We're in the bottom of the second. We're excited. In the third inning, we're going to be joined by San Marcos High School head golf coach, E.J. Mungia. We're going to talk a little golf as we get through the third inning and talk about all the successes that boys and girls golf team has had at the high school with Coach. That ball, does it get a piece of him? No, but it is inside for ball 2. Left fielder Alonso batting .235 with a .481 on-base percentage this season. Looking to get on and give Charlie Helgeson, who's on deck, a chance to drive him in. Pitch misses inside. It's 3-1. Curtis seemingly working a little bit quicker than he did in the earlier innings. We'll see if that continues. As that one misses low for a ball. We'll get the leadoff runner on once again, this time on a walk. And that'll bring up second baseman Charlie Helgeson. Charlie has 10 RBI with a chance to drive in another. Mentioned on the other broadcast, he's a teammate of these kids running this broadcast today. He's also in that digital communications program. We appreciate his participation by being on the field and being a part of the broadcast. He squares around a bunt, takes that one for a ball. Charlie's also drawn 14 walks this season, so certainly not afraid to work a long count, get himself on base. Squares around, takes that one for a ball 2. Watch Rattler baseball for any amount of time. You know small ball is the name of the game. You get a runner on, you do what you got to do to sacrifice them across. The math adds up. If you can put one across every inning, 7-0 is usually a good score to win by. But right now, he takes that one for a strike, 2-1. Alonso patiently waiting at first, while Helgeson trying to find the opportunity to bunt him over, get him in a scoring position. And then the Rattlers will head to the top of the lineup with Trace Munoz coming up. There's a 2-1. That ball is bunted up, but foul. 2-2. You often see the bunt called off with 2 strikes, but Coach Webb never afraid to go a little outside the box. Wouldn't be surprised to see the bunt still on here with the 2-2 count. Alonso gets his lead at first, and here's the pitch. And that one's there for a strike. Strike 3 looking. So there's 1 out with Alonso on first, and we'll head to the top of the order. Shortstop Trace Munoz. He reached on an error in the first and came around to score. He is the 1-0 lead right now for the Rattlers. Trace in his short time back, still able to manage a .444 on-base percentage. Looking to use these several non-district games to kind of get himself back in the feeling of things after being out with that broken hand. That one misses low for a ball. Reminder, we'll be back here again Friday night as we take on Austin High. And then as we return the following week, home and away against Canyon. And then 1 game left to wrap up things for 29-6A. There's the 1-0. A ball hit into left field. Left fielder, center fielder talking it. Landon Noski under it, makes the catch. And there's 2 outs in the inning. For the Rattlers, center fielder Elijah Ramirez will be the man responsible to bring Alonso on in here in the bottom of the second. Elijah also reached in the first on error. An incredible start for the Eagles that they were fortunate to only give up the 1 run. 3 errors on the first 3 batters in the first. Takes that pitch for a ball. Elijah sharing the team lead with 14 RBI. Alonso seemingly taking a little bit of an extra step over at first. Definitely wants to be moving as quickly as he can on contact. He's going. Catcher not able to make the throw, and Alonso's into second, stealing the base. So a 1-1 count to Elijah, and now he's got a runner in scoring position, looking to add to those 14 RBIs here. Alonso was moving right away. Catcher not able to make that throw. He's helped out Elijah in a big way. Base hit scores a run. Here's the 1-1. And that one finds the hole. It's a base hit, and here comes the runner around third. Left fielder bobbles it, so the run's going to score. And as a result, Elijah's going to come all the way around to third when he'll hold up. It's going to be a base hit. He's going to get 2 extra bags on the E7. But the important thing is Juan Alonso comes around to score, and the Rattlers take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. And pitcher Jack Vasquez now with the opportunity to add to his lead. He reached on error by the second baseman, Brody Cole, in the first. And he's got Elijah staring him down from 90 feet, asking to come on in and extend this Rattler lead. That one misses inside for a ball. Vasquez has been getting on base at a 594 clip. So odds are with us. We can get a ball in play here and maybe score another run. Got to see something to hit first as he's very patient. Takes ball 2. Here's a 2-0. Takes that one for a strike, 2-1. Curtis, the pitcher, not worried about Elijah third. Knows he just got to get this batter, but that could be a hard out to get. 2 outs in the second. That one way inside, ball 3. If Vasquez able to continue the inning, we have third baseman Andrew Wilson waiting on deck. The 3-1. Into the second baseman, Brody Cole, who drifts to his left and able to make the throw over to first for the out. Rattlers are able to score 1, and after 2 innings, it is 2-0 Rattlers. Coming up, we'll have Coach E.J. Mungia joining us for the third. Keep it here, Rattler Baseball on the Rattler Up Network. We are back on Rattler Up. Network with Rattler Baseball live from Rattler Field as we start the top of the third. Eagles sending up their center fielder, Cannon Baird, for the first time this game. Takes over a ball. And we are joined in the booth by San Marcos High School head golf coach, Coach E.J. Mungia. Coach, welcome into the booth and welcome to Rattler Up Network.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we're excited as we're going to get to talk some golf. We know we've had a great season so far as that pitch is in there for a strike. Men and women both playing golf. You're growing at the middle school. So talk to us a little bit about just kind of the overview of the season so far.
Yes, we're very excited for our boys and our girls program. We just finished our district tournament.
That pitch misses for a ball.
And our boys, third year in a row where they've been improving in their district score. And next year we'll be returning 4 golfers from that 5-man team. And with our girls, we had 2 freshmen playing with our varsity this year. And we're seeing the
ball
fruition.
Fouled out of play, even to count 2-2.
You know, we're seeing the growth of our middle school program as they're finally coming in with our first freshman class for the past 2 years. So we're excited for the youth of it and for the future.
Well, that's such a huge piece. It's a sport that, with baseball, with these guys that we're watching here, as the 2-2 pitch is made by Vasquez. Foul. The umpire saying it's in play. So the throw down to first is bobbled. Seemed to be some confusion about the ball being in play. Umpire said it was live. So Baird is going to reach first. We'll wait for the official scorekeeper's decision on that one. They're going to have the leadoff runner on and the top of the order. Second baseman Brody Cole up to plate. But Coach, like we said, these baseball players, most of these guys have been playing baseball since they're 4 years old, right? A lot of sports that you're up against kind of have that same deal. But for your golfers, some of them are being exposed to golf for the very first time on a golf course with you. Is that correct?
That is correct. That was the biggest adversity you realize that, kids face when they join golf, because not a lot of golf courses around here in San Marcos. But over the years, we have great partnerships with courses around where we expose kids to the game of golf, learn to love it, and hopefully get them involved at a young age.
All right, a 1-0 here to Brady Cole, and we see that with this broadcast here brought to you by the CTE Digital Communications Program, and those community partners are so important. And so it's cool to hear that you've built these community partners with these golf courses, because the throw over to first is not in time, to help develop these young golfers. And you mentioned you got 4 boys team golfers coming back. That's another big thing, right? To have guys that can come back, potentially playing in their 3rd or 4th district tournament, is just exactly how you target growth in that program, correct?
Correct.
All right, runner goes. Throw down to second is not in time. So Baird in with a stolen base. And now Cole has a runner in scoring position. 1-1 count. Again, Salado been able to be a little aggressive on the base paths after a rough start. Vasquez had 2 pickoffs early in the game, but now we're in the top of the 3rd with a runner in scoring position for Brody Cole. So, Coach, what are some things that you're looking for next year? What are some steps that you want to take in the next season now that as you're looking ahead to the next golf season?
Well, one of our first goals was to grow the program 3 years ago when I took over. We had a list of 6 golfers that we had, and now we have 31 golfers in our program.
Wow. As you saw there, bunt down the third base side. Pitcher made the play. He did not read. He did not get the play, so the runner stays at first.
So once we met that goal, our next goal is have kids stay in the program, enjoy the game of golf, work around their busy schedules and what they may have during their high school careers. And the next one is now staying competitive. You see programs around here that are great, obviously like this baseball program that we see, goals of having playoffs year in, year out. So, now we're ready to take that next step. We're ready to not just enjoy the game, but compete at a high level.
Well, you saw their umpires coming together to discuss it. They decided it was an out at first base. It'll be 1 out with a runner at 3rd for the Eagles pitcher, Owen Curtis. Opportunity looking to get back on the board, or get on the board for the first time for the Eagles with that runner in scoring position. Curtis grounded out to 3rd in the 1st. Over to the right-hand side. That finds the hole. It's going to be a base hit. It'll score a run. Right fielder Landon Munoz gets it back in to limit the damage. And Curtis helps his own cause. Base hit, scores. And the Rattlers' lead is cut in half. It's now 2-1 here in the top of the 3rd. And that's going to bring up DH number 10, Trey Walters, as the Eagles bring in a pinch runner for Curtis. So, Coach, as you said, the growth, it takes time. As you mentioned, this we've talked so many times about this baseball program and its growth. Coach Webb with his 450th win earlier this year, it just takes time. And so that's so cool to know. And you've got that middle school component as well. For me, my daughter in 7th grade has been excited to hear when you guys come over as a swing and miss for a strike and talk a little bit about the game and just exactly what's going on. So what are some other ways that you can outreach and get people both at the middle school and the high school to be more involved and get with the team?
Well, we definitely rely on our community, families, parents, businesses. To be successful, it can't be just us.
Swing and a miss for a strike.
Like with our middle school, just came back from our middle school practice today, and their transportation, they have to rely on their parents to go out there to Wimberley or to go out there to Kissing Tree. So it takes great part of the community. We have parents helping out that are carpool, other kids.
Pick off not in time.
But then also being flexible. These kids are busy. They're in soccer season. They're in wrestling. They might be in select softball, select baseball. So we work around their schedules too. And
there's not a time of the year where it's exclusively golf, so that becomes a huge issue for you. That ball fouled out of play. 0-2. We'll do it again.
Correct. And we always try to tell the kids when we promote at a middle school, when I go down, talk to their athletic periods, we tell them, hey, you should try out every sport possible at this age. When you're young, you're only young once, and hope kids try out golf, and no matter how busy they are, we'll always find time for them.
Well, it's like you said, for some of these, it's their first exposures. To throw over to first is not there. Colin Strickland, the junior for the Eagles, pinch running here at first base. But for, like you said, you want those kids trying things. There's sports like golf, there's sports like wrestling that, again, these kids have never done before. The only way they know is if they try it. Have you had some successes with kids that have just never played before and now they've just fallen in love with the game?
Oh, absolutely. This year we have
that
4
pitch
freshmen.
gets him swinging a miss for a strikeout. 2 outs in the inning.
We have 4 freshmen that are dual sport athletes where they're not in our golf period. So we find time to work with them in the mornings. We meet at 6:45 on some mornings, and others we'll split time with volleyball period and in first period. Or we'll bring the hitting cages down, the SAC, our booster program. They've done a great job of supplying us. We have a golf simulator, a little golf Rapsodo that we'll set up so they can still play and see their yardages, see the flights of their ball as they hit in the batting cage.
Seems like flexibility for you as a coach is the name of the game to keep the program going. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, first pitch is in there for a strike to catcher B.J. Amon. He had a base hit but was caught in a pickle to lead off the second. Finds himself down at 2-1 ball game with runner on first and 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Takes that one outside for a ball. We mentioned Colin Strickland, the junior for the Eagles, came on to pinch run. Jack Vasquez made a couple of throws over to first to try to cut that runner out, but 2 outs in the inning. Come get the batter. We'll be able to get out of the inning. Counts even at 1 apiece. Throw over to first. In time, not in time.
Trying to get his 3rd pickoff of the game.
Absolutely. He's got that left-handed arm, coach. It's been something to watch. Players that several times since we've begun broadcasting have gotten the leadoff runner on and then immediately got it wiped off with a pickoff. So that one fouls off him for a strike, 1 and 2. Vasquez with 3 strikeouts thus far. Would love to add number 4 and get him out of the 3rd here.
He had some movement on that ball coming inside.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it was. From my angle, I wasn't sure where it hit. It looks like it must have been his foot. Coach over to talk to Amon here, the catcher. Amon, a junior for the Eagles, hitting .356 this season with 11 RBIs. Again, got to be behind the plate all night, so he's used to getting banged up a little bit back there. Umpire making sure that he's given the time he needs. Coach has checked on him. The all clears given in a big moment in the game here. Top of the 3rd. Rattlers with a 2-1 lead. 2 outs in the inning, but the runner at first. Pinch runner Colin Strickland. He'll look to be aggressive here with 2 outs and 2 strikes on his teammate at the plate, B.J. Amon. Here's the 1-2. That one Misses inside for a ball with even the count. So, Coach, you mentioned lots of multi-sport athletes. Do we now have, or have we ever had baseball players on the golf team?
This year we do. We have a freshman. We have Oscar Maldonado, one of ours, and then we also have an 8th grader this year from Goodnight.
Awesome. For that again, but as that pitch is fouled down the left field line, Strickland was going on the pitch. We'll do 2-2 again.
Our first year, with our girls, we only had one girl on our golf team my first year that I took over the golf program. So we tried to recruit, athletes, and we actually recruited a softball player, and that softball player ended up being, a pretty good golfer.
You love to think about that softball and baseball swing and how it's just slight adjustment to adjust to that golf swing. Pick off over to first. Runner was going. The throw down to second, and they've got him. And once again, Vasquez erases the runner. In this case, it's going to end the inning as he gets Strickland, and that's going to end it 2.5 innings through. And, Coach, will you stay with us in the bottom of the third?
I would love to.
All right, well, we'll be back here on Rattler Up Network. Coming up, we'll show you some highlights from this year's golf team. Keep it here on Rattler Up Network. We're back on the Rattler Up Network, headed to the bottom of the third. Rattlers with a 2-1 lead over the Salado Eagles. You saw there in the commercial break, little package, Coach. You sent us some photos. We put them up in that video package. And so tell us a little bit about some of those things that we saw. Again, if you're just joining us, we're joined again by San Marcos head golf coach, EJ Mungia. So, yeah, Coach, tell us a little bit about those pictures that went by in the commercial break.
Yeah, one thing about them, you saw pictures throughout the whole year from fundraisers, from our JV tournaments, from our district tournament. But one thing I noticed about all those photos is either kids have a smile on their face and they're really enjoying it, and they're with their friends and making friendships as well, or you see that focus. You see that focus on the golf course, and that demeanor, and they're trying to concentrate, and something you definitely need in the sport of golf.
Well, as the Rattlers start the bottom of the third, they're going to send up their third baseman, Andrew Wilson. He sacrificed a runner into scoring position in the first. Now batting in the third, get the Rattlers going here. And Coach, you mentioned the smile that was on those faces. I think that's a culture build that's so important. You talked about that, what you see with this Rattler baseball team. As that pitch misses for a ball. And these guys, there's a culture. They enjoy being with each other. They enjoy their time on the field and off the field. And you've been able to grow that with both the boys and girls golf teams, correct?
Correct.
How do you feel like you've gone about doing that?
Well, first, picking up their interest and their likes. So, the first year we kind of started a tradition that first year, after golf tournaments, and it's just stayed, 3 years going, where we make Buc-ee's trips. So, sometimes just enjoying the sport, that was the first thing that kind of kept people looking forward to tournaments was, making a stop at Buc-ee's, enjoying each other's time, and then going to Whataburger after. So trying to find something that just everybody enjoys first. And then going from there,
Right.
learning about your golfers, learning about your team, and building off that.
Well, as Andrew Wilson faces a 3-0 count here, may or may not have a green light. Let's see, squares around, pulls back and takes out one for a ball. And the Rattlers put the leadoff runner on base. It'll bring up right fielder Landon Munoz. But, Coach, it's interesting you talk about those Buc-ee's trips. We did a little media deal with the baseball players so we can talk about them here in the field. We asked them about their favorite moments. And it is interesting to me, as you mentioned, that very few of their favorite moments have a lot to do with what's on the field. It was the fact that we got to play at Whataburger Field together, or I want to get the seniors into the state playoffs, or this fun thing we did on this one tournament trip. And really it is about those memories that they make as that pitch misses for a ball. It's those memories they make off the field that become just as powerful and bring the team together to do the things they do on the field.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, not just really about what you do and how successful you are, but it's about the memories you build, with your teammates and your coaches, and it's just a family atmosphere.
That pitch misses for a ball 2. So Curtis for the Eagles struggling to find command here in the third. 4-pitch walk to start it off to Andrew Wilson. He's 2-0 now to Landon Munoz. Landon walked in the first as well. He had take and has a strike there, 2-1. Rattlers with a 2-1 lead, looking to extend that. Ground ball to short. He fires over to second for 1. Hustling down the bag, tries to make it to first, but they get it.
Close call.
Close play at first, but it's good. A 6-4-3 will get 2 outs in the inning and bring up catcher Colton Giese for the Rattlers. So, Coach, we've only got 1 more out left with you. So, as much as we were going to talk golf, we also have to talk poker. The word in the locker room, the word around the water cooler is that you're quite the poker player. Tell us about how maybe your poker strategy plays into your golf coaching. Is there a connection there, Coach?
Well, one poker strategy is, I'm not going to say I'm a good poker player. I don't really know really what I'm doing. So if anybody ever wants to get a game going and come on over, we can learn together. And, I'll teach you, and we can, learn what hand beats what hand, and,
You just have to keep the notes to remind yourself what.
Exactly.
You really haven't played that much, right, Coach?
I just play for the fun of it and just for the camaraderie of people, and, just play to have a good time.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Friendly games.
Well, a 2-0 count here to Colton Giese, the catcher for the Rattlers. Colton struck out in the first, looking to get on and maybe get a 2-out rally going. Takes that pitch for a strike. 2-out rallies have been the name of the game for the Rattlers all season long. Even in our broadcast, we've seen so many things come from a 2-out rally. If Colton could keep the game this inning alive, first baseman Cole Wiatrick will be up. That ball's fouled down the left field line for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Coach, with the last bit of the third inning we have here left, any future Rattlers or any future golfers listening, what do they need to do to reach out to you, or what do they need to do maybe in the offseason to get themselves ready to maybe be a part of the Rattler golf program?
One, they can contact myself or Coach McWhorter. Coach McWhorter is my assistant coach, and I think of him like a head coach. He does a lot when I'm coaching football, or like during this time going back into spring football. They contact friends too as well. If they know a friend on the golf team or even a parent of a friend, they can reach out, get their information. We have sports U codes for our high school golf
down the
program.
line. We'll do it again, 2 and 2.
And we have a sports U code for our middle school golf program. And right now we're in the grind of our middle school season starting up, and we would still love to get golfers for our middle school program. Don't ever feel like it's too late. If anybody's been thinking about playing golf, the hardest part is just coming out, trying something new.
I think you nailed it, though. The advice to those middle schoolers and some of those younger athletes, just try everything. Get in there and see. You have no idea. You don't know what to expect. And you've had so many now with the 2-2 pitch here. Fouls that one off. We'll do it again. You've had so many that have come to love it once they get started on it. So I think that's the big message here for our young athletes, our young Rattlers. Try those sports, especially the middle school. Those athletic programs are amazing in the middle school. Take full advantage. Just started softball down there. We had Miller versus Goodnight last night. So that's growing down there as well. As that ball's popped into the air, center fielder Cannon Baird under it. And he makes the catch to retire the side for the 3rd out. So the Rattlers unable to score. We've played 3, and the Rattlers lead 2-1. Coach Mangia, thanks for joining us, and good luck with everything on the golf season coming up.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a blast, having fun, and it's good to see what the kids, in the CT program are doing. So I appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Well, we'll be back with the 4th inning. Keep it here on the Rattler Up Network. We are back on the Rattler Up Network. Rattler Baseball's live broadcast brought to you by the CTE Digital Communications Program. We want to thank some of our sponsors that make Rattler Baseball possible, including our gold sponsors, Cavender Nissan, Christus Health, as well as our silver sponsors, Esquivel Glass, The Root Cellar, and Garcia's Restaurant in Seguin. Those sponsors are a huge part of why Rattler Baseball has grown. We talked with Coach Mungia last inning about the culture of Rattler Baseball, and certainly those sponsors are a huge part of that as well. So we're going to head to the top of the fourth. Rattlers with a 2-1 lead over the Salado Eagles. Salado in town for a non-district matchup. Both teams taking a slight break from their district schedule as they will wrap up with district starting again next week. For Salado, they're also on that non-district run. They'll have home and aways against Lampasas and Taylor in the weeks to come. They have 4 games left in their district. For the Rattlers, 3 games to go. And the Rattlers holding on to that second place in 29-6A. So for the Eagles, starting out the 4th inning, catcher B.J. Amon, he was actually at the plate in the 3rd when the pickoff happened to retire the side when Strickland was picked off on the base path, so he'll get an opportunity to lead off the 4th here. He fouled one off his foot in the inning, had to walk it off a little bit as that pitch misses outside, but he looked okay to go. He came back to finish the at-bat, but again, the pickoff of Strickland ended the inning. So Amon now, hopefully for him, healed and rested and ready to lead it off for the Eagles here in the top of the 4th. For the Eagles, they got their 1 run in that 3rd inning. They reached on an error, stole second, and came around. For the Rattlers, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd. That's the scoring in the game. Ball hit to the shortstop. Throw over to first, and Trace Munoz to Cole Wiatrick will take care of B.J. Amon, and there's 1 out in the inning. For the Eagles, that'll bring up left fielder, number 16, Landon Noski. He reached base in the 2nd inning and got a steal, but it was left on second. So he's looking to get back on base and maybe let the leg out again. First pitch to him. It's fouled off the screen for a strike. We really enjoyed having Coach Mungia on with us in the 3rd, talking about the golf program. And again, the name of the game, opportunities, as we see San Marcos High School students with so many chances, so many opportunities, do so many great programs. And we're excited to feature those here as a part of this live broadcast and throughout Rattler Nation. 1-1 to Noski now with 1 out in the inning. As that ball is carried into right or center field, Elijah Ramirez charging in. He's under it, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down for the Eagles. And right fielder Braden Nagley on. Braden is a sophomore, batting .350, has 10 RBIs and a .550 slugging percentage so far this season. Lined out to the shortstop in the 2nd. That one misses inside for a ball. Got to believe in a non-district game, Jack Vasquez probably on a pretty tight pitch count here, making sure to get his reps for the week. As he draws that swing and a miss for a strike, 1-1. Another swing and miss for a strike, 1-2. Rattlers were able to retire them 1-2-3 in the 1st. Would love to go 1-2-3 again here in the 4th. Waiting for the Rattlers is a 7-8-9, Wiatrick, Alonzo, and Helgeson. As that ball's fouled to the left field side, we'll do it again, 1-2. Nagley with 60 at-bats this season. Near the top for the Eagles. Consistent player for this Salado team. Checks his swing, able to hold back, takes it for a ball, and we'll go 2-2. Jack Vasquez entered the game with 64 strikeouts. He's added 3 more tonight. That foul ball will take us a reset of a 2-2. Wind has picked up a little bit from earlier in the night. Wasn't too bad, but it's certainly blowing in. It's going to be tough to take a ball out in the wind as it sits now. And that pitch is there for strike three. 3 up, 3 down for the Eagles in the fourth. And through 3.5, the Rattlers enjoy a 2-1 lead. More Rattler baseball here on the Rattler Up Network coming up. We're back with the bottom of the fourth here from Rattler Field. Rattlers lead 2-1. The Salado Eagles are in town for this non-district matchup. And for the Rattlers, we'll go the 7, 8, 9. And so we'll lead off this inning with the first baseman, Cole Wiatrick. Cole has 2 doubles on the season. Love to get us started with one of those here. Try to get us on base and get a rally going. Takes that one way inside, just gets out of the way. Second time he's had to duck quick to get out of the way of a pitch. As he goes to 1-0. Curtis took a little something off that one. Chased it 1-1 now. Cole said his favorite moment of his career so far was the Lake Travis game in the 2023 playoffs. Would love to get him an opportunity to get some more playoff games under his belt as he takes that one for a ball in this 2025 season. 3 games left in the district schedule. 2 against Canyon, 1 against Puget Johnson. The Rattlers currently sit in second place in the district. Here's the 2-1. Ball's foul for a strike, 2-2. Left fielder Juan Alonso waiting on deck. Second baseman Charlie Helgeson in the hole. Trying to get something going here in the fourth for the Rattlers. Fouled off again. We'll do 2-2 again. Patrick says he's been playing baseball since he's 4 years old. He's also taking dual credit courses at Texas State. Scholar athlete for sure. Hits that one off the handle over to shortstop, who's able to make the throw over to first, digs it out. Martinez over to Robledo, and they get the first out in the inning. And that'll bring up left fielder Alonso. Juan reached on a base on balls in the second, stole second, and came around to score second run for the game for the Rattlers. Looking to get something started for us here in the fourth with Helgeson on deck. And then we head to the top of the order. That one catches that inside for a strike, 0-1. Owen Curtis, the pitcher for the Eagles, had a rough first inning, settled in the second, and then in the third went 3 up, 3 down. He's retired 5 straight batters, and he finds himself 0-2 against Alonso here in the fourth. This is outside, ball 1. Alonzo taking computer science as well as robotics at San Marcos High School. Facing the 1-2 here from Curtis. Fouls that one off. We'll do it again. The wind has died down considerably. The flags along the bleachers not moving much. The flags outfield a little bit gust to left, but definitely been gusty here as that one's hit into the right center field gap, and that's going to go to the wall. Alonzo around first, and he will wheel into second easily with a double. And runner is in scoring position with one out for the second baseman, Charlie Helgeson. All right, Alonzo now 2 at-bats. He's been on base both times. Finds himself in scoring position with one out. And a chance to extend a 2-1 lead for the Rattlers. Charlie with a .385 on-base percentage. Favorite player is Mets' Francisco Lindor. Love to make him proud by driving a run in here. Gets ahead 1-0. Curtis looks in, sees the signs, likes what he sees. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss for a strike, 1-1. Following Helgeson, we go back to the top of the lineup. Shortstop Trace Munoz for the Rattlers. That ball lined into center field. Cannon Baird under it. He's there to make the catch. Runner not able to advance. And with that, there will be 2 outs as we head to the top of the order for Trace Munoz. Trace making his 3rd appearance so far. Reached on an error and came around to score the first run for the Rattlers in the 1st inning. Has an RBI chance waiting for him at second in the form of Juan Alonzo. First pitch to Munoz. This is for a ball. All right. Curtis is ready, and here's the 1-0. That one finds the corner inside for a strike, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, we're live, a live broadcast in CT Digital Communications program, and alongside us live, the softball team, currently in the bottom of the second, up 4-3. Always a fun time at Rattler Field when both fields are full of Rattlers. As that one's in there for a strike, 1-2. Center fielder Elijah Ramirez waits on deck if Trace Munoz can keep this inning alive. All right, Curtis steps off, wants to reset. Likes what he sees. Runner gets his lead. Runner takes off. And he takes strike 3. The strikeout will end the inning. And the Eagles survive without a run. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors. And we've played 4 at Rattler Field. The Rattlers lead 2-1. We'll be back with more Rattler baseball here on the Rattler Up Network. Rattler baseball continues here in the Rattler Up Network. We're in the top of the fifth. San Marcos with a 2-1 lead. Ethan Robledo leading off for the Eagles. Ethan drew a base on balls in the second. Batting .475 on the season as he fouls one off to the right field side to even the count at 1-1. He has 24 RBIs. On base at a .542 clip. So good Eagle to have up to start a rally here in the fifth. A breaking ball misses for a ball. Vasquez continuing to throw for the Rattlers here in the fifth. 2-1 now to Robledo. That one apparently misses for a ball, 3-1. That one hit down the right field side. Charging over into foul ground. Landon Munoz makes a great effort over to it. Not able to get there. So it'll drop foul and load the count 3-2. Really appreciate the kids working these cameras at this. Kids that are in the digital communications program. Moving to follow the ball. Again, this is a pilot program to show that live broadcasting can be done in Rattler Nation. And really holds the key to future broadcasts of other sports, other fine arts programming. So we're excited to be a part of this pilot and hopefully the start of a bright future for broadcasting here in Rattler Nation. As that shot is driven into center, Elijah Ramirez makes a run back on it and makes the catch to retire the batter. So with one out in the inning, the Eagles will send up their third baseman, number 2, Jace Light. Jace struck out to end the inning in the second. Again, this is a pilot broadcast, an opportunity to see that equipment works, the kids understand how to work equipment, and again, the opportunity to broadcast other games, choir concerts, theater plays, and other sports and events across the San Marcos High School campus. Swing and a miss for a strike. And so you'll see us experiment with camera angles. You'll see the kids experiment with moving around to follow the ball and new graphics that they design in class to bring to game time. That one misses to make the count 1-1. And all under the guidance of teachers Jack Moore and Josh Woklasik, putting in their incredible time and effort to make this happen for these kids and give them this opportunity. Jack's falling behind 2-1 to Jace Light. Jace, a senior for the Eagles, batting .314 with 5 RBIs this season. That pitch misses for a ball. From our angle, seemingly a tightened strike zone here in the fifth. 3-1 to Light. Ball's fouled out of play. And the second batter of the inning is to again bring up a full count for Jack Vasquez. We mentioned earlier, Jack presumably on some kind of pitch count with this non-district game. We'll see how that plays out as we continue in the fifth. Gets the strike call there. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. His 4th of the game. And there's 2 outs for the number 9 hitter, center fielder Cannon Baird. Cannon Baird reached on an error, stole second, and scored the only Salado run so far this game back in the 3rd. He led off the 3rd with that. He finds himself with 2 outs looking to start a rally for the Eagles. Takes that pitch for a strike. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 5th for the Rattlers, the numbers 2, 3, and 4 hitters will be up. Here's the 0-1. Fouls that one off. 0-2. See Colton Giese there behind the plate, doing the work behind the plate as a catcher. Sending the signs in for this important 0-2 pitch. Oh, it misses inside, ball 1. Baird, again, a senior for the Eagles. A little earlier start time tonight with this non-district game. The ball's fouled down the left field side. We'll do it again. little earlier start time tonight, a 6:30 start. Hope to help Salado get on the road. Again, if you're going to follow us Friday night, our next non-district live broadcast here Friday night back here at Rattler Field. You should be here live, but if you can't make it live, or even if you do make it live, tune into the YouTube at SMHS Audio and Video and check out the broadcast against Austin High Friday. That's a special start time, 6 o'clock. So you want to make sure that you're a little bit earlier in the day to watch that 6 o'clock game. That ball's fouled off. 1-2 continues to be the count. These games, whether district or non-district, it takes sponsors to make them happen, and that's our bronze sponsors, especially Southwest Towing, Ernie's Paint and Body, Frost Bank, Sunset Bowling, McCoy's, RBFCU, NL Designs, Carruthers Dental, Paul's Paint and Body, and Sacedo's Wrecker Service, and they all bring you games like this one as a strike three is called. Baird goes down and the side is retired in the 5th. We've played 4.5 here at Rattler Field, and the Rattlers have a 2-1 lead. They'll be batting in the bottom of the 5th right here on the Rattler. We are back at Rattler Field for the bottom of the 5th. Rattlers lead 2-1 as the rock music plays in between innings, but the true rock stars are the Rattler baseball booster parents making all of this. The work that they put in is beyond the pale, bringing all the things that make Rattler baseball possible, which makes it possible for us to bring this live broadcast. So thank you so much to the parents of the Rattler Baseball Booster Club. First pitch of the inning misses for a ball. Center fielder Elijah Ramirez leading off for the Rattlers. Vasquez and Wilson to follow as the Rattlers look to get something going here in the 5th. That one gets through, ball 2. We especially appreciate the chance to send this live broadcast down into the concession stand. Parents volunteering their time in that concession stand with their view blocked by the bleachers. We're excited to be able to bring them this broadcast so they can watch it while they serve the team. 3-0 to Elijah Ramirez now to start the 5th. That one misses wide, ball 4. So Elijah's going to draw that walk to start us off here in the 5th. And that'll bring up pitcher Jack Vasquez. All right, we got a coach's visit here. We might be going to the bullpen. Owen Curtis, similarly here with a non-district game, might be on some kind of pitch count, although it looks like it is just a talk here at the mound. No move to make a replacement just yet. Owen Curtis has been in some danger, but has found his way out. Having only given up 2 runs, this could have been a lot worse for him. He's maintained his composure, been an impressive outing for the young man. 2 strikeouts on the night, 2 runs on 4 hits through 4. But in the heart of the Rattler lineup here in the 5th, with the leadoff runner on, This will be the true test for the Eagles and Owen Curtis. So Jack will head up with a runner at first. Opportunity to try to add to the lead. 2-1 here. Jack's enrolled in kinesiology at San Marcos High School as a sophomore, continuing into that medical field potentially. One of the other opportunities offered at the Rattlers. Right now squaring around a bunt. Pulls back, lets that one go for a ball. Again, it's no surprise here. We know how Rattler baseball is played. The expectation is to be able to bunt Elijah over. Let Wilson take care of it, who's waiting on deck. Pulls back again, ball 2. Third baseman for the Eagles, Chase Light, charging on the expected bunt. Owen Curtis, the pitcher, will field the first base side. Actually call that one a foul tip off the bat, so it's actually going to be 1-1. Big lead for Elijah over at first. Past the cut of the grass. And that ball right back up the middle for a base hit. And the first 2 runners are on for the Rattlers, just exactly the way you want to get started here. So third baseman, number 5, Andrew Wilson, will bat for the Rattlers. Sacrificed himself to advance the runner in the first, drew a base on balls in the second. Has 2 Rattlers on here in the 5th. Andrew batting .292 with a .417 on base. He has 11 RBIs. Love to see him to go to 13 right here. There's the first pitch to Wilson. He steps off. Curtis didn't like what he saw there, so he'll reset. Seeing batters for the 3rd time now is Owen Curtis. Turns to pick off the runner at second, who is caught. Makes the runner advance and is able to throw over and get Elijah at third. There is 1 out in the inning now. Jack remained at first during the play. So Elijah comes off. It'll be a 1 out. 1 runner on situation now for Andrew Wilson. Wilson now 0-1. Again, squaring around to advance the runner, looking to get another run here to advance this lead. Takes pitch for a ball. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Rattlers so far. 1 run on 2 hits for the Eagles. That's where we sit through 4.5. The ball hit in the air to the right-hand side and out of play. Wilson falls behind 1-2. Wilson can extend the inning. Landon Munoz, the right fielder, will be up for the Rattlers. Wilson looking to come back from 1-2 now. Calls time. Talk about pace a lot of times with these pitchers. Owen Curtis for the Eagles seems to kind of he's had some slow innings, some fast innings. When somebody gets on base, he's certainly working a little slower, but that time seemed to pay off as he gets the strikeout. And there are 2 outs in the inning for Landon Munoz. The 3rd Rattler to go down swinging from Owen Curtis tonight. So Jack Vasquez sitting at first, eager to come in. Right fielder Munoz, he reached on a base on balls in the first, looking to extend the inning with a 2-out rally. Pitch way inside for a ball. Salado will have the top of their order up in the 6th. So a big opportunity for them if they can hold the Rattlers and enter the 6th only behind 1. Runner goes. Throw down to second a little high. Ball dropped. The ball beat him, but the ball came out of his glove. And with that, Vasquez will remain on second. And Munoz will face a 1-1 count now with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Errors have just plagued the Eagles in this game. That pitch catches the inside corner, 1-2. Eagles riding an 11-game win streak. They've won 13 of their last 14, but they're stepping out of their comfort zone to travel down to San Marcos, take on the Rattlers. They've looked good so far. If they can hold them here, the 6th could be a big inning for them. And that pitch, the umpire says it's there, so strike 3 for the 3rd out, and the Rattlers do not score in the 5th. We are through 5 complete, and it's a close one here at Rattler Field. Rattlers lead 2-1. Keep it here on the Rattler Up Network. We're back on the Rattler Up Network live from Rattler Field, the CTE digital communications live broadcast of Rattler Baseball. We're at the top of the 6th and a 2-1 lead for the Rattlers, and now pitching for the Rattlers, number 23, Caleb Gomez. He's pitched 5 1/3 so far this season with 3 strikeouts and a 3.94 ERA. Opportunity to get some really good critical innings in a tight ball game as we prepare for that final 3-game district run. So for the junior Caleb Gomez, this is a huge opportunity to get himself ready for those games. He leads off with a strike to the top of the order. Second baseman Brody Cole for the Eagles. All right, Gomez into the windup. Ball flared into left field. Left fielder making the play. Comes down with it. Juan Alonso had trouble reading it off the wind. The wind had kind of blown to left field a little bit, but he was able to make the play, and there's 1 out in the inning. That'll bring up the Eagles pitcher, Owen Curtis. Owen's had a good night tonight. He's only allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. He struck out 5 Rattlers. More importantly, he's gotten himself out of trouble several times in some key situations where the Rattlers may have scored several more if they had just been able to get one more pitch go their way. Ball misses outside. Stark difference here for these Eagles batters, however, coming off of Jack Vasquez, reaching into Caleb Gomez, that three-quarter delivery, nearly sidearm. Certainly something these batters are going to have to really adjust themselves to, and they've only got 2 innings left in this game to do it. That ball misses high for a ball, 2-0. Still not sure if we'll see Curtis again in the 6th, at least on the mound. That ball's fouled off for a strike. Caleb, his main goal was trying to get healthy from a shoulder injury, so this is another chance for him to work through that, get himself going. We had Coach E.J. Mungia on earlier in the media type. Caleb Gomez mentioned he's an awesome golfer and paintballer. That ball's flared out of play left field for a strike, 2-2. So we need to let Coach Mungia know that we've got a junior in Caleb Gomez that we might need to make a multi-sport athlete out of. Two and two the count now to Owen Curtis. Fouls another one off. He was first pitch swinging in his first 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 2 on the evening. This is the first time he's really worked a count deep. Again, making that adjustment to that three-quarter slot from Gomez. Swing and a miss, got him, strike 3. 2 up, 2 down for Caleb Gomez, and that'll bring up the Eagles DH, number 10, Trey Walters. Peeking in on the softball side of things on the Rattler field. They're in the 4th inning over there, and the girls are locked in a 6-6 game against the Steel Knights, a district matchup for softball. Lots on the line for them over there. You got to be at Rattler Field. We love bringing this live broadcast to you, but you got to be here live and take in these Rattlers, given everything they've got, as that one misses outside for a ball on both the baseball and softball sides of Rattler Field. For the Eagles, DH Trey Walters has struck out twice so far. Gomez would love to make that a hat trick. That one misses, ball 2. Looking in for the signs. And the 2-0. Ball grounded is short. Trace Munoz is there. Throw all the way across the diamond and in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So Caleb Gomez comes on in relief in the 6th and gets the Eagles in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Rattlers holding on to that 2-1 lead. Keep it here on the Rattler Up Network. We're back on the Rattler Up Network in the bottom of the 6th inning in a tight one here at Rattler Field. The Salado Eagles in town looking to draw some damage, see if they can get a win in San Marcos. They find themselves down 2-1, and the Rattlers have the 6, 7, and 8 slots in the order coming up to bat. In an important 6th inning, looking to see if they can extend the lead and then hand the ball off in the 7th and put it away. Starting off will be our catcher, Colton Giese, to get it started for the Rattlers. Owen Curtis remains on the mound for the Eagles. Gets the strike to Giese to start the inning. Again, Curtis with 5 strikeouts. He's allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. A good outing against a strong Rattler ball club, but unfortunately, errors have not been the friend of the Eagles today, as that one misses and actually catches a piece of Giese, so he will be on with a hit by pitch. And first baseman Cole Wiatrick will now take the spot. We're getting a pinch hitter here. Javi Hernandez taking his shot here. Senior, number 10. With a runner on in the 6th, looking to drive him across. Right up on the plate, crowding out, daring Curtis to throw inside. Does take a strike there. Javi batting .200 on the season with a .250 slugging, .484 on base. Definitely good for getting on right now. Looks like the job is to sacrifice Giese over to second. And that would give Juan Alonso an opportunity to drive him in. Reaches for that one, isn't able to get it, and he'll fall behind 0-2. Colton gets a big, healthy lead at first base. Goes ahead and lays the 2-strike bunt down, and it's a beauty right back to the pitcher. Over to first for the out, but Colton moves over to second, exactly the way that should play out. There's 1 out in the inning, and now Juan Alonso, the left fielder, has the chance with a runner in scoring position to extend this 2-1 Rattler lead. All right, that pitch misses for a ball for Alonso. For the Rattlers, Nate Velasquez is the runner at second now. There's the 1-0, but time was called. So we'll do 1-0 again. Nate Velasquez is definitely the speed you want in a situation like this. In scoring position, leads the team with 10 stolen bases so far this season. He's only been caught stealing 1 time. So you get a ball in play, and there's a good chance Nate Velasquez is coming around. There's the 1-0 to Alonso. They look back to second, but no throw. Nate mentioned that David Hamilton is his favorite player. Just yesterday against the Blue Jays, playing for the Red Sox, Hamilton walked and stole another base. So speed respects speed for sure. As that ball misses for a ball, 2-0. David Hamilton, those legs and that speed has made his way to the big leagues. Talented player, former Rattler. Nate Velasquez looking to let that speed do his talking for himself as well. And Alonso works the count 3-0. Second baseman Charlie Helgeson would be the next batter. Although looking to the on-deck circle, looks like we might have a switch. That one's there for a 3-1 count. All right, we'll do 3-1. Ball out into left field. Left fielder on it in foul territory. And it gets out of play. That's going to load the count 3-2. Looks like senior number 9, Mason Gamboa, is on deck. These are those opportunities that Coach Webb loves giving his players the chance to make. He feels like every Rattler's got to be able to deliver in a tight spot. The only way you can do that is to get practice in tight spots, and here we are trying to protect this 1-run lead. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. The 6th batter struck out by Owen Curtis. So with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, it'll be number 9, senior Mason Gamboa, with the chance to move him along. Rattlers have definitely had scoring opportunities tonight between errors and base on balls. To give it up to the Eagles pitcher, Owen Curtis, he has locked down and not been afraid to do what he has to do in those tight situations, striking out 7 tonight. Falls behind 1-0 to Gamboa. Mason, a senior, wants to attend Texas State. Favorite team is the Rangers. Curtis steps off. Nate getting that big lead. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Again, the speedy Nate Velasquez, the runner at second. Huge lead as they're looking to focus on the batter here, not too worried about holding him on. That ball grounded down the left field side. Third baseman has it, digs it all the way across the mound. It pulls him off the bag, but he's able to get back, and they get the out to retire the side. So the Rattlers strand 1, and it's going to be a 2-1 lead that they take into the 7th inning. We'll be back with the 7th inning here from Rattler Field on the Rattler Up Network. And we're back for the 7th inning live from Rattler Field on the Rattler Up Network, a live broadcast of the CTE Digital Communications Program. We've played 6 innings. The Rattlers enjoy a 2-1 lead. And for the Rattlers, Caleb Gomez, who came on in the 6th and got them 3 up, 3 down, will be the one looking to put them down in order again and get this victory, or get the save. Catcher BJ Amon up for the Eagles. He's 1 for 2 tonight so far. That pitch misses high for a ball. We talked about it in the 6th. It's certainly an adjustment for these Eagles batters after facing Jack Vasquez for at least 2 at-bats. Now to take their 3rd at-bat against this not quite sidearm, almost three-quarter angle pitcher. He fouls that one off the screen, 1-1. And so far, so good for Gomez. He drew a ground out, a flyout, and a strikeout in the sixth. And he's reached 1-1 against the catcher, B.J. Amon here. Ball misses outside, ball 2. Landon Noski and Braden Nagley up for the Eagles to follow. Ball fouled down the right field line, gets out of play, and it'll be 2-2. Looking ahead to Friday night, an early start time. If you come out to Rattler Field or turn on the live broadcast, 6 o'clock start time here at Rattler Field as the Rattlers take on Austin High. Here's the 2-2. Ball hit out into left center field. It's hit well. Alonso under it, though. And the first out is found. Gomez has retired 4 straight, and he'll now face their left fielder, number 16, Landon Noski. Landon's 1 for 2 on the night with a stolen base. Got some speed for the Eagles, so they would love to see him come on. Two outs to go in this tight one here at Rattler Field. Rattlers looking to lock it down. Pitch misses for a ball. Again, Gomez came on in the 6th. He's retired 4 straight, looking to nail it down. Vasquez, the starter, pitched 5 innings, 4 strikeouts, allowed just 1 run and 2 hits. That one missed low, ball 2. And 3 straight innings with no score. Eagles need to break that if they want to get back in it. They fall. Noski gets ahead 3-0 here now. Like we mentioned, Austin High in town on Friday night, and then the following week, the final run for district begins, a home and away on Tuesday and Friday against Canyon. Buda Johnson the following week. Exciting times here at Rattler Field. That pitch is there for a strike, 3-1. Gomez not ready to lose him here. That ball ground down the left field side, but foul. It's going to load the count, 3-2. Gomez pitching for the Rattlers right now. His favorite player, also a pitcher, Los Angeles Angels, Jared Weaver. So his favorite moment of his career is playing at Whataburger Field and getting to feel of that winning that district title. That ball grounded between third and short, gets through for a base hit. And the Eagles get their speedster on here in the 7th. They're threatening. Noski's on first, and right fielder Braden Nagley up to bat. Nagley's 0 for 2. He lined out to short, struck out in his first 2 at-bats. Be his first time seeing Caleb Gomez here. Rattlers pull their infield into double play depth. The double play would get them out of the inning and in the game. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Throw over to first, not in time. Just keeping the runner honest there. Noski didn't seem to have much of a lead off the bag at that point. We got to make sure. There's the 0-1. It is there, and it's 0-2 as Nagley falls behind. Caleb Gomez with a huge opportunity here. Every pitch in the arsenal available to you. Come at him with the heater, take something off it. Just about anything in play as he throws over to first. Runner back. Noski's been thrown over twice. He's only taken a couple, 3 steps off the bag, but a huge secondary lead. That pitch misses for a ball, 1-2. Nagley obviously having to protect with 2 strikes. Took that pitch there. Noski away at first. Gomez checks him and delivers. Ground ball to the shortstop. Over to second for 1. Over to first. Not quite in time. They get the lead runner for the second out of the inning, but Nagley will reach on the fielder's choice. But there are now 2 outs for the Eagles, and they are down to just 1 chance. They do have a runner at first, and they will send up their first baseman, Ethan Robledo. And for the Eagles, this is the guy that you want up. Batting .475, leads the team with 24 RBI. 3 home runs on the season. So this becomes the at-bat of the game for the Rattlers and the Eagles. A pitch outside, ball 1. Nagley, a sophomore, reached on a fielder's choice, is now the tying run at first for Robledo at the plate. Throw over, very close to getting him on the leg, but he's in. All right, Robledo settles back in. He's behind 1-0. Nagley with a solid lead out to the cut of the grass. Going outside, catcher checks back down, Giese, but no throw. 2-0. All right, Gomez now into the stretch. Nagley again, out to the cut of the grass for the lead, takes another step. And the pitch. That one's high, ball 3. So Caleb has fallen behind 3-0 to Robledo here. Looking to come back and get him. Nagley again, a pretty aggressive lead at first. Going on contact. And that one misses high, ball 4. And the Eagles are in doing business here. 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the 7th. And Webb makes his way out to the mound. Making the discussion here. Is it a talk with the young kid? It's a switch out. We're going to go ahead and make the bullpen switch. For Caleb Gomez, fantastic job. Comes on in the 6th following Vasquez. Goes 3 up, 3 down. Gets the first 2 batters here in the 7th. Struggled against Nagley and Robledo. But we're not out, but he's not out of the woods yet. As Javi Hernandez, the senior, comes on looking to get that 1 out finish here. He will face the 3rd baseman for the Eagles, Jace Light, who has struck out twice tonight. We talked a lot about district play. That Rattler's 6-3 in 29-6A. Clemens currently in that first place slot. Again, Jace Light will be up. If he continues on, we'll face the number 9 hitter, the center fielder, Cannon Baird, and then that would bring up the top of the order for the Eagles. So obviously can't allow the run to tie it. Want to get it here. Don't want that top of the order up. The 8-9 is who they will be facing. But of course, we're hoping that it gets put away with the very first shot here by Javi Hernandez. All right, infield has had their talk. Javi's warmed up. He's pitched 20 and a third this season with 13 strikeouts and a 2.75 ERA. And he's only being asked for one thing, just get one out and send these Rattlers away with a W. Jace Light, the batter for the Eagles. And here we go. That's there for a strike, 0-1. Nagley at second, Robledo at first. Light the batter for Eagles. That ball hit into the right field side down the first base line in foul territory. And the catch is made into the dugout. And that's going to do it. The Rattlers are going to hold on for a 2-1 victory here at Rattler Field. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Rattlers, 1 run on 4 hits for the Eagles, and a 2-1 victory for the Rattlers sends them home happy live at Rattler Field. Join us again this Friday. Again, special start time, 6 o'clock for a game against Austin High. And then next week, we are ready for all the action as District kicks back up home and away against Canyon. Thank you to Mr. Waklazik. Thank you to all the kids in the CTE digital broadcasting community that put this together and bring you live Rattler baseball exclusively on the Rattler Up Network. We'll see you again on Friday. This has been Rattler Baseball.